Hello learners, in this tutorial I am going to explain how to write the SQL select into clause with the select query. First we will see what is the definitions of this select into. The select into statement copies data from one table to a new table. So when you are executing this select into, no need to create the table, simply you can copy the existing data into the new table. So this is the syntax. Basically there are two options we have. The first option is we can select copy all the columns into a new table. So for that you have to mention that select all, and after that we have to mention the into and the new table name and from all table, and if you want you can include the conditions. Based on the conditions you can copy that data into new table. The other option is you can select only few columns, and those columns you can insert into the new table. So in the previous example we have included all the columns in the select, but here we have to use only selected columns, like select column 1, column 2 and column 3. Likewise you can include the selected columns. Other than that there is no any difference with the previous syntax. Now we will see how to execute this select into query with the SQL server. So now we will move to the SQL management studio. So you can see I have displayed some examples. So to execute that examples we have to use a sample table. I'm using customer table for these examples. Okay, first we will see the available data of the customers table. You can see there are 91 records available in this table. So the first example is I'm going to create a copy, basically create a backup copy of the customer table. So for that what you can do is simply I can execute select. For that I'm going to backup all the columns of this table, like the first syntax which I have explained earlier. Then select all into customers backup underscore 1. Then my all table is customers. Okay, here I am taking all the columns of the customer table. Okay, so think there's a syntax issue. So yeah, customers. Now we will see. You can see 91 rows affected, and also definitely the customer backup 1 table should be created. If I refresh my table menu, you can see customer 1 backup is table is created. So if you want you can execute the simple select statement for that, and you can see the available data of that. You can see 91 record is available. Okay, the next example is copy only few columns from the whole table. For that you have to select let's say customer name comma contact name into what is my next table, customer backup 2. So when you are creating tables you can't have the duplicate table, so you have to use the unique name for each table. Then from customers. Okay, so first we will see we will execute this query. You can see 91, and also for this customer backup 2 I have included only 2 columns. Now we will see we will execute the select all from customers 2 and check the output. So definitely there should be 2 columns, but In the previous table we have executed, we have taken all the columns, so it has all the columns of the customers table. So likewise we can execute the select into by including all the columns or selected columns. Now we will see how to execute the select into code with the condition. Okay, so for example, in this example what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy only the German customer into the new table. So for that I'm going to execute select. For that I'm going to use all the columns of the customer table, then into let's say table name is customer underscore German, so German from customers. Now you can see the same syntax is here. Other than that, in the previous example we haven't do anything, but here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the filter for that. Okay, filter for that. So to add the filter you have to mention country equal German. Okay, so I think customers, yeah, the syntax is correct, so definitely sorry, Germany should be Germany. So the thing is, for that filter criteria there is no any record, so because of that it will display the zero row affected anyway. From this I think yeah, already that table has created when I am executing the above query. So if you refresh this table menu, you can see uh, customer German table is created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this table. Okay, so I will rename as Germany, customer Germany. So if I execute this one, you can see 11 rows affected. So if you refresh this table menu, you can see that create a table, and also you can execute the select simple select statements for the customer Germany table, then those 11 records you can view. Okay, so hope you have clear with that. So after that we will see a simple another example. The next example is copies data from more than one table into new table. For that basically you can join the different tables to back up your data. For that I am going to use the existing table. For that we can use that customer backup one table. So simply I am going to join two tables. So your SQL query will be select let's say C. Before that we will mention the table name from customers alias is C, then left join. For that I will use my orders table. So orders on, sorry, I have to mention the O alias, then C dot uh, customer ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select. First we will write the select statement. C dot uh, customer name comma O dot order ID. So if I execute the select query, you can see there are 213 records. Now we will backup this output into the backup table. For that you have to mention after the select query you have to mention select into select into table name, customer order table. So if I execute this select statement, it will create the customer order table. So 213 rows affected. If I refresh this table menu, you can see customer order table has created. So if I execute the select query, you can see all the record has affected. So the last example is normally if you want to create a, now you can see when I'm executing this query, no need to create the backup table structure. Automatically it will create the backup table structure by referring the old table. So let's say if you need to create a table without inserting data, so for that you can use the uh, simpler for that you can execute the simple query to create a backup table without inserting data. For that add a where clause that causes the query to the return no data. Okay, now we will see how to do that operation. Okay, so select all into, let's say uh, customer without data uh, from customers where, sorry, 1 equal 0. Okay, so if I execute this one, it will create the customer without data table. Now we will refresh this customer without data table, and also there should not be any data of that, only the table structure as created when I was executing this the above. So you can see there is no any data of that set table. So hope you have clear with this select into close with the SQL server. So if you have any issues, you can put on the comment section. You can put your suggestions on the comment section. So thank you.